Presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump also sharpening his attacks on President Obama for his lack of action against radical Islamic terror. Last night, Trump joined Bill O'Reilly, where he questioned the president's response to the terror attack in Orlando.
Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows why he doesn't have more anger, why he doesn't have more competitive zeal. He's a competitive person. Why doesn't he have more competitive zeal to knock them out, Bill? I mean, look at what's going on. Look at what's happening. This Orlando attack was just absolutely horrendous, and yet he still doesn't even use the word of radical Islamic terror.
Let's bring in former presidential candidate and Fox News contributor Herman Cain. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Sandra.
What do you make of the response that we've seen, particularly that one of Donald Trump in the wake of this horrific attack?
I think the response is absolutely right on. President Obama made the same milquetoast response after San Bernardino, the Boston bombing, and all of the other attacks on our soil. He's absolutely right. You have to declare war on the enemy before you can defeat the enemy. This president and this administration, they have not done that. They will not do that. And that's what Donald Trump continues to harp on.
So you clearly fall in the camp that it is necessary to name the enemy and call this what it is, radical Islamic terror. Hillary Clinton seems to be kind of moving that way. Do you agree?
I don't think she's moving that way. She's just trying to reduce some of the criticism for not saying radical Islamic terrorism. And when Donald Trump talks about strengthening our intelligence community, here's how you do that, Sandra. Take the gloves off and allow them to do their job. We have, coming from the top of this administration, President Obama, a politically correct, permissive, passive attitude about this enemy. That's all Donald Trump is saying when he says we've got to get tougher, we've got to know what's going on. That's exactly what he's saying because, for example, take the Orlando situation. That young man that committed those heinous murders had been interviewed by the FBI 3 times. Now, in order to get a weapon, you have to get through 3 hurdles. There needs to be a 4th hurdle, possibly. Red flags.
Herman, it's Dagan McDowell. It's great to see you, as always. I'm going to paraphrase the Wall Street Journal editorial page today when we're talking about radical Islamic terrorism, that words matter, but battle plans matter even more than that against a terrorist enemy. And the Journal found they want to hear more out of Donald Trump in terms of how he would take on those enemies overseas, and very specifically.
Dagan, I believe he's already been specific about that. He was specific about he would go to those ISIS strongholds that we know about and take them out. He wouldn't be afraid to do that. He wouldn't take a half anchovy approach to trying to fight the enemy over there. He's been specific about
Herman
that
Cain,
already.
I just want to get one last word in from Leah Gabriel, who's sitting next to me.
So you're saying that Donald Trump has been very specific about what he would do. So what has he said about the number of troops? How many U.S. troops would be dedicated to this effort? What countries would they be sent to, and for how long? I don't think we've heard any of those specifics yet. You just said allow them to take their gloves off and do their jobs. I think it's time for us to hear from presidential candidates specifically what that means. And are we going to involve U.S. troops? Are we going to send people overseas to fight ISIS and to start taking care of this in those countries?
All right.
And to what impact for our troops here?
And then we've got to leave it there. Go ahead.
Donald Trump has said he needs to get the information from the generals, which is the right answer. Talk to the people closest to the problem. They will tell you how many, and they will give you the battle plan.
All right. Herman Cain, good to have you this morning, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.